Here goes an incident why major incidences are going on, and I wanted to go back on police reports and check sure that there's police reports there. Don't know if it's missing or what's going on with the system, but I've searched multitudes of times. I know it was in 2009, and it was theft. I have the photocopy that was on an online storage server, which I have, I think, now on 2 different servers or 3, trying to back stuff up so data theft doesn't happen. It's March 23rd, 2019, 6:50 p.m. This is Columbus, Ohio Police Report. Look up. I'm coming up with only one name, which is not mine, with my last name, and my last name is pretty unique to a certain situation. It's not common, put it that way. Now I'm going to look up 2009, and I come up with only one person, and there should be 2 reports. I had a break-in and entering and a theft 2 days in a row. The first day I didn't even report it. The second time I did. I was waiting to give a report to assess the situation to figure out what was going on. With that being said, since I have a report number, I have not tried putting in this report number. I just looked up the year. I know it's from that year. And that's the report number. There's also another report number here with theft. And when I pull up for the years on that, my name comes up on those. It should have came up here. Now let's go ahead and say I have the wrong year, which is completely almost doubtful. Damn positive it happened in 2009. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to put in a 11076329, either 0 or 8. Looks like it might be 8. Does not exist. So we'll go with 8. Does not exist in the database. Bullshit. There's the card. There's a report number. It existed before. I've looked it up since, quite a few times, since 2009. And going back in of what was written down on the situation and saying, hey, this is what they said, or maybe, mix up of what I said has also been done in other reports to where they write it down. I could say something and they utilize some other type of wording. Completely seems like off base. Anyways, this is a physical card from 3 years ago. The other card here would have been sheep. It'd be 9, almost 10 years old today, but I did a photostat. It was in my wallet forever. About 6 months ago, I got rid of it. I don't think I got rid of it completely. I think it may be somewhere it's piled up somewhere in a drawer, in piles, whatever. Too hard to quickly access. I didn't think I needed quick access to have it rather than having a photocopy of what it is. So there that is. It's saying it's not finding the number 11076329. 8 or 0 does not work. Let's see. I got 110 763 29 0 or 8. Now his Scott, Officer 2446 W Scott, his O, I don't know. Anyways, and let's go over here. Assignment 161 4. Not sure how to look at that. Or 16Z4. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm gonna go ahead and upload it. That's proof. There's been a lot of record corruption, data theft, deletion, and even systematically. This is Columbus, Ohio web portal. It showed up every time up until now. And I just had a problem with the neighbor today and the cops came. I didn't talk to him yet, but also me always making that complaint, they're connected in with the police. We're talking some massive psychological coercion stuff. Amnesty International website. Check that out. Target of Unlawful Acts is my site. I'm going to try to post some of this up there, but my YouTube videos, and most of it's me whining and complaining. Looking for help, but exposing my story, and stories may expose truth to what's going on, and other people help other people out. But that's not my point. It is to get my story out there also, or my situation. Blog about my life. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and press stop on this video. No electronic jamming interference just yet. And I'm going to upload it. As you can see for your own eyes, I know, and I know you're like, hey, it doesn't prove shit. You got a photostatic copy of a card that we've never seen a report for. I may have a printout of that report, I may not. I may have a photocopy of that report. With that being said, I will go back this way. I'm going to do something and drop this camera in case there is private reminders up here. Now, screenshots. May 14th, unofficial. Theft mail. Here's one that's for theft of mail. Case number, report number. Here's a report number. Maybe I don't have the 0-11 type of situation. I don't know what code it would be. But it used to come up with me typing in just those numbers. But let me try this one too. And I didn't want to show that. There's information in there that probably ain't supposed to be. Old address, new address, it wouldn't matter. I'm going to go back over here to your police report. And that said 2014. We'll go into 2014. We'll do works and search it. Ah, that one's there. Mail theft. Stole the property. Theft from building. 2014. That was a camera that was stolen, not mail. It says theft of mail. I had a Sony CyberShot camera stolen. I know that one. Well, that one's there. Anyways, so that one's there. The other one ain't. The other report is I was broken in twice, 2 days in a row, in this house. With that being said, I had books the first time it was broken into. 2 books out of 14 books stolen. There was a $300 book laying in that pile. Anybody would have recognized it as being expensive. They did not steal that book. They stole 2 specific books. Mail-on-mail rape and stuff like that, how to get help from the system. And one other one that's self-help that would have given guidance to go to a system to be able to discuss incidences. Very narrowly, targeted, specific. Somebody knowingly then knows that I had that, watched me at a library, picked them up, and still stalking type of situation. The individual blamed with it was the individual I had a verbal confrontation with today, a neighbor. Now, can I take some just because somebody else said something? There's other things that I hold weight to that says there's a problem. Just like in the 2016 incident report. This one here had $60 stolen from me. Right out of an ATM machine. Dude grabbed my money and walked off. Anyways, I went to make a report back here at the house. I uploaded it to YouTube. Anyways, the guy across the street was telling him, no, he ain't in protective custody, this or whatever, or witness protection. All that, I want this shit to stop. Fuck that, he doesn't do this. That's 3 years ago. They're also saying this gentleman is the guy that was in Staten Island, New York, causing me trouble multitudes of years. I know this guy for fact in 2000, I believe it was 6 incident, New York City, New York, trying to drop a glass bottle on my head. Because the names, I always remembered the incident. I wrote it down and also mesmerized it that way, but that's gone. The writing itself's gone, but the understanding and remembrance, I never forgot it. Because there's other incidences they're connected to or associated from another state that made me to click with it. But anyways, with that, Heather Heather and Carl, and they was calling each other's name, and one was like, no, no, Heather, come on, let me go beat him up. Let me go F him up. Let me go do this. And then the Heather's playing in on it. No, baby, don't do that. Come on, Carl. No, baby. Something to the effect. It was very, very close to that, if not even worse. White individuals, anyhow, I recognize their face. I seen, heard verbally, looked up at them and know who they are. Now, Heather has also been seen in 2011, Staten Island, even though the other situation happened in Manhattan, in an expensive motel. Heather was seen visually, and everybody else exposed her Staten Island, exactly where I was sleeping and camping. I was homeless, basically. Trying to discriminate. Utilizing health calls, misreporting me intentionally. Say I move to another state. I'm a stinky bum and everything else. Do you think that person should be able to go ostracize, ridicule, scold, scorn that person every state that they go to, even if they stay homeless, stinky, or an assumption, and sometimes maybe not an assumption, like, you couldn't get to a shower because you didn't have the transportation because somebody was messing with you and you couldn't make enough money to get there. Anyways, bad situation. Police involvement, hardcore government. Not just police, law enforcement, extreme government bullshit. On top of them playing with loopholes, coercion type situation, all that bullshit. I just found out finally Columbus it's almost like spitting in my face. But all these years not representing stalking, all of a sudden they're representing stalking on 10 TV News back in February 9th of 2019. Did a news story and has an article now. It's me walking around the city trying to get, I might a little bit be doing a certain amount of things, not correct, wrong, doesn't feel good. But some of that is no worse than me being called out in the center of town, name called, threatened, and all the rest. So doing the same thing these people can utilize, and name calling, and put me down, disgrace, all the rest of the bullshit, I just started outputting lawful information and trying to pull on it. Well, law enforcement revenge acts doesn't like that shit. You make our officers look bad because we can't understand how to support that. We don't know how to operate and work. Or we do, but we don't want to play it. We don't want to participate with you. You know how that is. What kind of intimidation is that? You know who you are, being scolded, belittled, or other things could go wrong for you if you try to go get help. I'm done. Anyhow, positively, you can see, and anybody wants to look it up, and I may have messed up in this video and whatnot, but it ain't for promotional. That's a police facility address there, so hopefully the YouTube doesn't block anything like that. This is a real report number. Now, you could have most of it, and the crime was breaking and entering, burglary here, and property theft. But the crime was called burglary on the thing. I'm hoping I have a saved printout or screenshot of that situation. But I'm gonna say in the right. This is a photocopy. Look how worn that is, but that's just to add into a little bit of a little more honesty and hopefully respect towards saying, yep, there it goes. Here's the guy's name that wrote it out. Here's his assignment cruiser number, I do believe. And there's the report number. On top, you also see that I'm pulling it, and I know I'm going to vouch for it myself, that I have pulled it up by my last name multitudes of times just to make sure it exists. Nothing happened, so if something did happen, I'd be able to go back in and say, hey, where'd that report go? But kind of stupid not to have the information with the report. I'm hoping on having a screenshot of that printed out. I will come back later on and maybe make another video, but there you go. That's the kind of bullshit when they're like, give me proof. Your system has my proof. You have proof of this, that, those, and all the others. Here's a report number and a card and the officer, and those people exist. Compare the handwriting, do whatever the frick you got to. Find my report. The malfunction in that, why doesn't it come up with my last name? I don't want an excuse. That excuse seems like I'm being belittled intentionally, being stressed out and duressed intentionally. Psychologically injured intentionally. I'm done tired, and that's me speaking out towards the people that's done ill will or participating with this shit. Anyways, I'm pressing stop on this video and uploading it.